Coach, we talked about the bounce back from Wednesday into the weekend in Bridgeport last weekend. What was it that I guess that you noticed that was so different from Wednesday, and how important was that weekend heading into another week here on the road?
I think it was the buy-in of little things that happen in a game, whether it's changing at the right time, blocking a shot, a back check. The goals weren't coming in bunches, but those little things were done by the group collectively. So I think they were both big team wins and group wins of guys doing the little things the right way.
Another 4 points on the road. This team has the second best points percentage on the road in the league right now. What are some must-dos on the road to lead to success?
I think it's just not letting a team gain momentum in their own building and letting a bad shift or a momentum shift carry into a 2 or 3 or 4 shift sequence where you're on your heels and they get 1 or 2 or 3 goals in a 5 or 10 minute span. I think the guys have done a good job of that next shift, keeping it simple and kind of getting it back to even, and then the follow-up shift, they try to get momentum back. So I think they've bought into that concept of not having those huge momentum swings for more than 1 or 2 shifts, and they've done a good job with it.
Wanted to get a thought on Angus Crookshank, who surprisingly might have had 1 shot on net over 2 games last weekend, but did have 2 assists. Is this just an example of that kind of well-rounded game that he can play?
Well, he's never shy to shoot, but I think everybody's been bugging him about the Cy Young award he had going on there, 9-1. So he can pass the puck, but he's a shoot-first guy, and both assists were beautiful assists. So, you know what? Yeah, it's just a testament to him just being a good teammate.
Wyatt Bongiovanni returns to the building where he made his pro debut and obviously was traded from here last season. We can't really understate what he's meant to this team since joining the Senators, especially this season. This is a pretty big night for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. And I mean, when we got him, I think he scored 9 goals in 13 games for us. And then this year again, quietly, just back from injury, he's got 4 and 6 or whatever he has. So he can score goals. He's a good teammate, good guy in the room. But definitely, he'll probably have a little jump and step coming back here in the old stomping grounds for sure.
Do you ever have any extra words for a player that's in a situation like this, or you kind of let them process that on their own?
I just usually tell them they didn't want you, and probably get the start tonight, and just let him do his thing.
All right, and looking at the opponent this weekend, the Manitoba Moose, won both games against them last season. They've had some turnaround, but how do you kind of replicate that success and again build off what you were able to do last weekend in Bridgeport?
Similar to Bridgeport, we're not super familiar with them, so a lot of focus on our team, but watching some tape on them, they do have some players that can really go. They got some D that like to join the rush and some pretty skilled guys back there too, so got to be heavy on them and not let them join. And but again, it's more about us building our game out and trying to exit properly and play more in their zone.